Yeah. But want to get into the special guests or the top 5 episodes?
I guess go into our top 5 episodes. That's a nice way to go into some of the special guests.
Okay, I'm going with the pilot that introduced us to everything. Introduces us to Clark and his friendship, maybe potential enemyship with Luthor. There, we get this part from the pilot. Here, my favorite hug, where we get to see the evil side of Lex Luthor from mind control by hand touch, where Lex gives a hint of his evilness there, but also reassuring Clark that they can still be friends after all that debacle. Hourglass, which other than the bicorn part foreshadows Clark and Lex's future in this episode also. Definitely Lex's future.
But it also sets up Clark's whole idea on why he will eventually become Superman.
Yeah.
That he's kind of destined to help people.
Yeah. Then Jitters, the episode that we just talked about the Lionel Luthor thing, covering it up. That's mainly why I like this episode. There. We got to see more of the evilness of Lionel in this one, other than being a pain in the butt to his son. And then Tempest, the season finale. Well, what a season finale. So many things happen, which we'll get into later in the next season. And what's your favorite episode?
Well, my favorite episodes are Hothead, which was the 3rd episode of the season. X-Ray, in which we finally get to see Clark start to develop more of his superpowers. This in particular being his X-ray vision. I agree with you on Hourglass and Jitters.
Yeah.
Both fantastic episodes. And then with my 5th is kind of a tie. I can't necessarily choose which one I like more. Craving and Crush. Both are just... I can't necessarily pick one over the other.
Yeah, they both have sympathetic villains on there. Although one goes crazy, well, they both go crazy at the end. So.
Yeah, but one was more. He became more sinister.
Yeah.
He was at the point of, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Yeah.
While the other one was like, oh no, something bad is happening. I don't want to do this. Oh God, no, someone help me.
Yeah. And that means we should get to our special guests.
Yeah. One of the main reasons why I picked Hothead was the fact that they had Dan Lauria
as Coach Arnold.
Yeah.
Joke of the Wonder Years.
Yeah, Mr. Arnold from the Wonder Years, playing a coach that develops heat powers whenever he gets angry.
And his last name is also Arnold. Yeah.
It makes me wonder what... Wonder Years would have definitely been a lot different if he had those powers on that show.
He would have been narrating the story Wonder Years then.
Why? Because Kevin and Wayne would be dead?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had it enough with you boys. Can't let me have my vodka and tonic in peace. Lizzie Kaplan playing Tina Greer in X-Ray, which I feel for her character, but on the same time, she was way out of pocket.
Yeah.
with what she was trying to do.
Yeah.
I understand you down on your luck and you trying to make a better life for yourself and your mom who you accidentally kill. It was an accident, but you knew what you did. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to try to hide her. Mm-hmm. But then you're going to try to use your abilities to take over your best friend's life. Mm-hmm. That ain't right.
Yeah.
That ain't right. Mm-hmm. But it was a really good performance.
Yeah.
Really was. George Murdoch and
Harry Christian Olsen, who you might know from NCIS Los Angeles. There before that, and he just the guest star roles, playing the younger version of the old guy who played the god from Star Trek V. Why does God need a starship?
Yeah, both of them did a good job as Harry Bolston.
Yeah,
you know, and it's very interesting how both showed how sinister they can be.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude has held this grudge over going to prison for so long that now, seeing as though the people that put him in are gone, yeah, I'm going to make their descendants suffer. Mm-hmm. I mean, that oof. It's like Cape Fear, but on a whole nother level.
Although, why attack Martha Kent instead of just waiting for Jonathan to come home still doesn't make any sense.
I mean, you're after the Kent.
Yeah.
The one who was birthed as a Kent. Why are you attacking the wife? You're just creating more steps into what your goal is and a greater risk of you ending up failing, which...
Death by corn.
Yeah. Who knew? Who knew the starch would be your undoing?
Well, he is an old man.
Well, he was still young at that point before the corn took him out.
Yeah. And let's not forget our fellow DCU person, Amy Adams.
That's one of the main reasons why I picked Craving as one of my favorites, because Amy Adams did a good job.
This was her before pre-fame of everything and before DCEU.
Yeah.
Yep, she...
Though it was weird seeing her...
in a fat suit?
Yeah, them using prosthetics and whatnot to make her look heavier than what she is.
Yep. Yep. But she did get a revenge with that one boy by sucking the fat out of him.
Yeah. I mean, good lord. Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to figure out how he didn't die.
Yeah. We should say that about most of the Smallville people on here. B episode. Why aren't any of them dead?
Yeah, one just ends up in the hospital, but he's still stable. Another one ends up in a coma. And if Clark didn't have his powers, he'd be dead.
Yeah.
I guess it's all about how many bees, maybe? Or, I don't know. She had issues.
Yeah. Of course, that same episode also introduced us to Joe Morton again. As Dr. Hamilton.
This is the third time. This is the third time that this man is involved in some type of science that can doom us all. Stop letting Joe Morton do science things.
And here he's more of a bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah. This time, he's much more... His morality is much more gray.
Yeah, along with sleeping with a student, which got him fired in the first place.
Yeah, and bringing back to life a freaking plant that was making people fly off the handle and nearly die.
Yeah.
Stop letting this man do science things. Skynet, then evil plant, then mother boxes. Stop it. Man's a fantastic actor, but stop it.
And then we get the Tony Todd as Earl Jenkins in my favorite episode, Jitters, where he's also another sympathetic villain. He didn't want to do the stuff, but he wanted to get answers.
Yeah, who would have thought that we could really feel sorry for Candyman?
Or the voice of Zoom.
Yeah. Thus proving how fantastic of an actor Tony Todd is.
Yeah.
The fact of, I have been afraid of this man for the longest time. This man has been sinister. But yet, this episode, oh my God, my heart was breaking for this man.
Yeah.
I really felt sorry for him.
He just wanted the answer so he could get the cure. Eventual cure for himself. So he could hold his baby again without shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another favorite episode, another special guest stars, Rick Peters as Bob Rittman and Gregory Sperletto as Kyle Tippett in Hug, where they played the precursor of Clark and Lex's relationship. They were once friends until one decided to go use his meteor powers for evil. And the other one wanted to hide out because he didn't want to have those powers.
Yeah, he was afraid of what could eventually happen with having those powers.
Yeah, and Rickman was just sinister.
Dear God, was he.
Yep, telling a guy to jump off the building after he let him do it, after he possessed him to mind control to do it. Mind controlled Jonathan Kent to go sign a contract. Mind controlled Lex to go kill Kyle and Clark.
And just him making Kyle's life more and more difficult.
Yeah. Kyle just wanted to be left alone, but he decided to go to Smallville. Yeah.
Another special guest that we definitely had to acknowledge, despite the fact
that neither of us picked the episode.
Yeah, even though it was a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
We got to give it to Sean Assmore.
Yep.
As Eric Summers.
Yep.
Who would have thought Iceman could end up turning so
evil?
Yeah.
Although he did have a terrible parents.
Oh dear God. Yeah, I really felt sorry for him. I really did.
Yeah, every time I see that episode, I still want his father to get his butt whooped.
That's one of the times where you felt like you would either want to catch a body or catch a case.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I was like, I know it's a sin, but Eric, do it. Take your father out.
Yeah.
Take your father out. You'll be doing yourself and all of Smallville a favor.
Yep. And then we get to Adam Brody from his favorite episode, Crush, who, ironically, will be in Shazam as Shazam Freddy, and also in the OC again.
California.
As one of my favorite characters, but before the OC, he was just doing guest roles like this. And he had and his personality is similar, only less creepy in the OC. And he's not evil in the OC.
Yeah, and has the ability to control things with his mind.
Yeah.
And will try to use various means in seriously harming or killing people.
Including the girl he has a crush on.
Yeah, when she finds out that, oh, you're doing horrible things. Oh, Clark was right. I shouldn't trust you. And you're going to be like, Chloe, you lie to me. You betray me. Mm-hmm. I don't care anymore. Chainsaw, take her out.
Yep. And then I did like his one-liner when he threw Clark. He was like, "Can you get back up here from that, Clark?" And then Clark goes right, "Oh, hey, buddy, I'm right behind you. And then throws.
That is the one thing during the season I felt like. See, I wanted more of a fight.
Yeah, but
It's kind of unfortunate that he's mostly dealing with people that can't give him a good fight.
later seasons.
It's just like, oh, one throw. Oh, one punch. Done.
Yeah, and television budget. Yep. So, now that we got all that out of the way, want to tell us our scores? Get our scores. Or wait, the music first.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
the soundtrack was awesome.
Yeah. This show is perfectly a snapshot of what life was in 2001.
Yep.
I mean, dear God, all the songs that you end up hearing in this show, all topical, all are like, I was planning on watching the show, but I'm paying more attention to the song right now because I love these songs.
Yeah.
I mean, Last Resort by Papa Roach, Island in the Sun by Weezer, Clint Eastwood by Gorillaz, Hero by Enrique Iglesias, Beautiful Day by U2, Fat Lip by Sum 41. I mean,
God is a DJ by Faithless. That was a good song on the Lex Center episode about the murder.
yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to the plot, but then I hear, oh,
Yeah.
I happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future, it's coming on, and I can't. I gotta sing along.
Yep.
I mean, Gorillas. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing.
That was in the second episode.
Yeah, and it fit with what the scene was going on.
Yep, and then God is a DJ that was repeated many times on the flashback of the murder mystery, which also had a Scooby-Doo mystery too on there. It's always
the first guy you see.
yeah.
Always remember that. The first person you see when a mystery occurs, they're probably the one causing it.
Yeah.
There has to be at least one casualty.
In this case, it's like 6, maybe at most.
So, we would like to take this time to make a special in memoriam.
Especially the Principal Quan, the first recurring character to die. We hardly knew you, Principal Quan.
Yeah.
Did you have to get killed by a guy who thought that you caused the accident that gave him powers?
Well, no, it was the accident that took his hands.
Yeah. Although there is the lead scene in season 1 where he gets beat up. Also by the first guy, Jeremy. Where Jeremy's looking at the case and stuff. Principal Quan goes up to him and the lead scene is like, what are you doing here? And then he just throws Principal Quan where the trophies are.
God. He had a really rough go with things, huh?
Yep. Along with being almost burnt to death. But then again, he didn't blink an eye on that.
It's a daggone shame.
Yeah.
Such a shame.
Yeah.
And we only have so many more from here.
Yep. Some of them will be regular characters, too.